Coming up on Mountain News this morning, the rate of positive tests is on the climb in Kentucky. Hear from health experts about what that means for Kentuckians. And families have the opportunity to visit loved ones again at Kentucky nursing homes as visitation restrictions ease. But there are some requirements for homes that they have to meet first. And we talked with one family in Laurel County who turned their pandemic hardships into a new opportunity to grow.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. The clock just struck 5 o'clock on this Thursday, July the 16th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News this morning. Well, yesterday was a warm one. Today is going to be much of the same. But as Brandon's going to tell us, we could be in for a little surprise at the end of the day, and it's not going to be a good one. Brandon, talk about it. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Listen, you stole my thunder this morning, and we may have some literal thunder later on, but I'm glad you're versed on what's going to happen later today. This morning, we're already watching some showers and storms back out toward Louisville there right now. We'll continue to track those as they move across the state a little bit later on today. Again, we'll keep an eye on those, keep you posted. The big thing this morning is it's still muggy out there, and temperatures still close to 80 degrees in Prestonsburg, so it's a typical summertime morning for sure. Out the door forecast today, we are going to track the potential, at least, for some stronger storms as we head deeper to the day, and we'll talk all about that coming up here in just a little bit. Will?
All righty, Brandon. Thank you, sir. Well, Wednesday was another day with hundreds of new COVID-19 infections here in Kentucky. Governor Andy Beshear announced 477 new cases last night, raising the state's total to 20,677. We also learned of the deaths of 10 more Kentuckians. The state death toll now sits at 645. There are several new cases in Perry and Harlan counties, which pushes their case totals to more than 100 each. Meanwhile, Laurel County is now up to 230 cases. Now, as more Kentuckians receive tests, health officials continue to monitor the positivity rate to see exactly how quickly the virus is spreading in the Commonwealth. It is a measure of how many positive cases come out of all of the tests administered. For weeks, Kentucky's rate was under 4%, but now it's more than 5%. Health officials warn that this is a worrying sign for Kentuckians, but the state is still doing well when compared to other parts of the United States.
The number is still actually very low compared to other parts of the country. We're seeing parts of the country where they're seeing 25% of tests are coming back positive. So it's worrisome in that there's a slight uptick, but still Kentucky's numbers are significantly better than much of the country.
The CDC guidelines for reopening that were released earlier this year say that a state should maintain a positivity rate of less than 10% to be in phase 3 of reopening. Well, over in Logan County, West Virginia, a 3-year-old girl tested positive for the coronavirus. Health officials there say the girl was tested during a drive-through Monday. It is believed the girl contracted the virus from a family member. Currently, officials say she is not showing any symptoms. Several young children have also tested positive in Kentucky in the past few days. Well, if you live in the Pulaski County area and you would like to receive a COVID-19 test, that is quickly coming. A free COVID-19 drive-through testing site is being held today from 9 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon in the Pulaski County High School parking lot. 400 tests are available. There is no need for appointments and no eligibility requirements. You do not even need to leave your vehicle. Test results are expected to be back within 48 to 72 hours. Lake Cumberland Health Department will follow up with a phone call to provide those results. Well, families have the opportunity to visit loved ones again at Kentucky nursing homes after the visitation restrictions were lifted yesterday. But some facilities are still holding off. There are requirements to meet before allowing any guests to come in. The Kentucky Association of Healthcare Facilities says centers must meet all monitored infection control procedures and have no positive patients in the facility within the last 28 days. Now, families all across Kentucky are reunited with their loved ones yesterday as in-person visitation began at those nursing homes. For Tim Quaid, it is a moment that he waited 5 months for. Quaid's mom, Thelma, lives at Kingsbrook Life Care Center in Ashland. The two, who usually go to lunch multiple times a week and spend Sundays together in church, were separated for 139 days.
In February, I was out of the country on vacation, came back and had to quarantine for 2 weeks before I could see Mom. And midway through that quarantine, the facility went into a complete shutdown.
While there are still several precautions that need to be met, Tim says it is all worth it to make sure his mother stays safe. Well, when COVID-19 began, many people, including farmers, found themselves in a rut. But the Cornett family in Laurel County turned it into an opportunity. Owners Rhonda and Brent Cornett have opened their second produce storefront since the pandemic began. Previously, the pair were both laid off and had acres of hemp crop they could no longer use. Rhonda Cornett says she is grateful for the community's support.
I'm amazed myself just because of, like I said, God has just worked things out for us when we really were just so hopeless.
Cornett says the best thing about the store is supporting local farmers. They are open Tuesday through Saturday. Masks are required. And we learned earlier this morning that the Golden Corral Buffet and Grill in Pikeville will be closing down for the foreseeable future. In a post on their Facebook page, officials with the Golden Corral location on Cassidy Boulevard said that the COVID-19 outbreak was taking a toll on their business. They will be ceasing operations tomorrow at 6 in the evening. In the post, officials thanked all their customers from the last 3 years since they opened for their loyalty. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us right here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, many veterans are facing new hardships during this pandemic. We hear from one who found help from a group he didn't know existed.
The Triple H threat continues today. Hazy, hot, and humid conditions, and we could throw some storms in the mix as well. I'll track all that for you in about 3 minutes.